watching hentai long before anyone paid me to. I didn't do it to be weird. I didn't do it to make a statement. I just liked it. There are those who say you shouldn't watch a schoolgirl being absolutely destroyed by multiple tentacles from an alien species from a domineering society. To them I say, don't knock it till you tried it. It's like a summer night with the windows down, driving on the 95, thinking about your life, future, past, and present. You're at peace because of hentai. The new Toyota Prius. Yeah, we know, it doesn't make sense either.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Short News Podcast with your host, Alex Mador.
You're asking for has got a powerful price.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Short News Podcast. Where's my applause? Come on. Okay, cool.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
Okay.
No!
Okay, so welcome back to the Short News Podcast, the show that is currently getting beat by Megyn Kelly's show on Good Pods. So let's run our show's ratings up on the Good Pods app and beat that evil person. Isn't she Fox News, or was Fox News, and then was MSNBC, and then now isn't anything, or is on satellite radio, right? I don't know. Anyways, damn, my acid refluxes. Give me a sec. Okay, so yeah, I hope you had a fun weekend. We're getting super close to Thanksgiving, and I still don't know what my plans are. I haven't seen my family in like 2 years because of the pandemic, so I'm hoping I can figure out what we're doing. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it for once. I usually hate the holidays, but as a person in their mid-20s, the holidays are a perfect excuse to start drinking at noon. I bought a lot of tequila, rum, and beer. I don't have a problem or anything. I just really like alcohol and choose not to live without it. It's totally different. Not a problem at all. What are you, my mom? So I'm taking Thursday off from the podcast because, it's Thanksgiving, so I can get irresponsibly wasted and fall asleep by 6 p.m. after vomiting in the toilet until I no longer have the spins. That's the plan. So let's make this a fun episode. We have to talk about current events. So let's do that. To start, Joe Biden turned 79 over the weekend and had to undergo anesthesia for a medical procedure.
And we say bye-bye!
What? Why would you say that? What? No, he went night-night for a little bit, though. So he temporarily transferred presidential power over to Kamala Harris, making her technically the first female president of the United States. So that was cool. And I saw a lot of jokes on Twitter saying, oh, I know Kamala's hoping he doesn't make it through this procedure, which is funny, but also like she's not well liked by the public on both sides. I don't hate her, but whenever I do see her, she's got bad vibes. She's doing something that just makes me cringe. Like when she was in that clip with those kids who were obviously paid actors, asking questions to her about like going to space or something. Or when she was telling migrants crossing the border, do not come, which has been memed to oblivion. We all know that one. I'm really worried about the future. It's all in the hands of this 79-year-old man and then this mean lady who doesn't like immigrants. So, I don't know. There's other things going on in our world as well. The Kyle Rittenhouse trial has come to an end, and Rittenhouse has been acquitted on all charges.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I hit the wrong button. I fucked up on my soundboard. So, yeah, so we got issues here. We got issues here. I guess crying works if you're a straight white male who gets hard-ons at the thought of murdering protesters with the Second Amendment. There have been protests after the acquittal and some rioting. I saw broken windows in Portland where a riot was declared. It's really shitty, man, because I understand why people are mad, as I have understood the last bazillion times that there's been, improper justice served or injustice in these cases here in America. Kyle Rittenhouse is a piece of shit. There's no doubt about it. And that judge was in love with him or something because he had Kyle's back that entire time. And did you see the pictures of Rittenhouse leaving the courthouse in a car? Like, the dude had the biggest shithead smile slapped across his face. Shit-eating grin. The justice system in the United States is so fucked up that they didn't even give Rittenhouse any punishments for illegally purchasing a firearm, underage and out of state. He blatantly broke the law, multiple laws, and killed people with an illegally purchased gun. It doesn't matter if he was defending himself. He broke multiple laws and put himself in that position in Kenosha. He traveled out of his way so that he could get a free kill, and it worked. He got two. And this geriatric pants shitter, Joe Biden, was in full support of this verdict, saying that he trusts the justice system and that people should. No shit, Joe Crime Bill Biden would support a flawed justice system that favors straight white men. Of course he does. I don't know. I saw someone on Twitter bring up a really good point when they reacted to this, saying that Biden's input on the verdict would be completely different if this was happening last year while he was still running for president. He'd want the voters on his side. So he'd totally try to appeal to them and say the verdict was wrong. But because he's now president, he can say what he really thinks and fuck the voters, right? Fuck them, right? Fuck us. We suck, right? We don't matter. What a garbage, pants-shitting piece of shit. And people still want to act like he's perfect and not doing anything wrong. Okay, so you're going to be in support of breaking laws and killing people out of state, and now we're justifying that? That's fair? I don't really fucking think it is. So now Kyle Rittenhouse is going to most likely become a political pundit or something and work his way into becoming an elected official. This is the beginning of his conservative career. And like I said last week, this sets a precedent that people can kill protesters and claim it was in self-defense. Not that I was going to attend any protests in the near future out of fear, but this definitely discourages me from doing so even more. I don't know, man. Things really need to change. But these crooked right-wing judges are one of the reasons why these court cases turn out so unjustly. So fuck, man. I'm pretty frustrated about that, like a lot of you. What else is going on in the world? This just happened recently. Some fucked up shit happened yesterday that in no way can be argued was in self-defense, like for sure. There's no way. This is just absolutely horrible. So in Waukesha, Wisconsin, I think I'm saying that right, an SUV plowed through people at the Christmas parade, killing 5 people and injuring 40 other people. Is it just me, or has this type of shit been happening much more often the last few years? Not just during COVID, but even before COVID, people were driving cars into crowds of innocent people. That happened in New York in 2018. I remember being on my lunch break and walking to the smoke shop nearby, and I was inside right as a guy in his van or SUV plowed through people in the bike lane right by where I was just walking. So I feel really bad for the victims of all this. All they were doing was trying to enjoy a parade. So be safe out there, everyone. Unfortunately, the most normal tasks are becoming more dangerous because of crazy people. Now we should probably talk about COVID since we've got Thanksgiving this week and more holidays coming up. And people are going to be getting together with friends and family a lot. Um, there is a surge in cases throughout the country, and it's not looking good for the winter when it comes to infection rates. The virus usually surges in the cold weather, and I'm hoping enough people are vaccinated where this isn't a major issue. Now we got the booster, though, and how many people are going to get that? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what Thanksgiving is going to look like for a lot of people. I don't even know what my plans are. Like, are people going to be wearing masks when they're together with family? Thanksgiving is all about eating and drinking nonstop, and that's impossible to do if you're covering your mouth the entire time you're hanging out with family from different states. So it's concerning. But if everyone in your family is vaccinated, then you can relax a little bit. I guess. I'm not a doctor. What do I know? I'm not a doctor. I'm a fucking idiot. Joe Rogan. Fucking. You see, I'm not going to talk about it. Never mind. He was on Tim Pool's podcast with Alex Jones. And, I want to listen to it because, wow. Just weirdest conservative group ever. Like, imagine that's a lunch table at school. Anyways, whatever. So much has happened in the past year. Seeing family members that you fundamentally disagree with on politics is going to be a lot of fun this Thanksgiving. The January 6th insurrection is going to be a hot talking point, as well as the Rittenhouse trial, so that's exciting. I wonder how many arguments at the dinner table happen on Thanksgiving. It has to be in the millions. So many crazy uncles are probably going to argue that the election was stolen, or that the votes were from China, or some crazy shit that's going to cause everyone to scream at each other. So I wish you all luck on your Thanksgiving with family. I hope you're able to avoid COVID and avoid conflict and have a good time. So this might be another Thanksgiving dinner table conversation, that topic that you have to explain to your grandparents or uncles and aunts or even parents. I want to talk about, NFTs. We're going to talk about NFTs. That's what I was saying. Well, more like, yeah. We're going to talk about NFTs and some shit going on. I've been using the site Rarible for a while now to sell my artwork, and it's been great. They have a lot of cool stuff to offer on there. A lot of features. They have lazy minting now, so it doesn't cost you anything to put NFTs up for sale. It's really cool. I like them a lot. One of the reasons I like them is because they give everyone a chance at being on the Explore page when they first mint a new NFT. It's very inclusive, and it's helped me get a good amount of exposure and sales. It's been great up until the last few weeks, where this account, Punks Lab, has been flooding the Explore page with their blatant copies of Cryptopunks, the most famous and valuable NFT collection on the market that everyone tries to copy. But this is just blatant. Like, what people like this will do is piggyback off of a major NFT brand's name and look, and then just lazily add their own accessories, or change the colors of the characters, or add like a variation of the name. So people do this with Bored Apes as well, with Fat Apes or Poor Apes. It's unoriginal and a cheap attempt at capitalizing off of someone else's intellectual property by misleading a potential buyer into thinking this knockoff is worth anything. Also, just flooding the Explore page with these knockoffs has been getting super annoying, as the rest of us are unable to get exposure if punk knockoffs are all people see when they visit Rarible. So, since no one else is doing anything about it, I went to Rarible's Discord and went to the Report Stolen Artwork channel and told the staff what was going on. Nobody from staff responded, but guess who did? The Punks Lab guy, who doesn't have any social media, but he does have a Discord. He did respond to me. I'm not sure how he found my report or that I was mentioning him, but he did. And he said, "Punk is not stolen," and then some other shit, broken English. But essentially what he says is every one of my punks is original. They have different colors and accessories. I spent 4 whole months on these. And he tries to defend himself by talking about fat apes, which, like I said, is piggybacking off of Bored Apes without actually being officially part of Bored Apes. It's just stealing that concept. And I told him, yeah, that's stealing, but at least fat apes weren't using the exact same, like, character models as Bored Apes. They're made from scratch, made to be completely different. They're a completely different shape. They're actually transformative in a significant way. And I know exactly how this loser made his fake punks. And to prove to him that spending 4 months on plagiarism is bullshit, I set out on a journey to make my own punks to see how easy it truly was. All I had to do was go to Google Images, search Cryptopunks, save the first image that was available to my camera roll, import the photo into the app 8-Bit Painter, which is free, by the way, in the App Store, and then change some colors, add a hat and sunglasses, and then it was an original punk. Even though I didn't invent punks, I didn't invent the punk concept, I didn't invent Cryptopunks, this is worth nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I minted the NFT. I minted the NFTs, plural, that I made one by one to sneak onto the Explore page, like, more and more. And I called them Plagiarism Punks. And I would put one on the Explore page every 15 minutes, make them progressively just like dumber, but then like creepier and creepier, until I made one that was just completely white face, black eyes, red background, and it was just titled, "I Know What You're Doing," with the capitalization all weird. So I'm like haunting and trolling this guy by mocking him with his own plagiarism. I'm plagiarizing the plagiarizer. Mister, I spent 4 months copying and pasting Google Images and changing the colors looking ass. Suck my fucking dick, dude. This is the problem with the NFT community that I didn't realize was an issue before. I heard people in my communities outside of NFTs complaining about this, saying how much stolen art there is, and I brushed it off. But now it's very clear to me that this is a major problem. And until it gets resolved, no one is going to truly be able to trust anything that they're purchasing. And some of the blame is on Rarible, if we're being real here. They verify these people. The fake punks guy has a verification badge, as though he's doing something legit and original that people should totally invest hundreds and thousands of dollars into. He's not. He's one of the guilty offenders, stealing artwork and commandeering it as his own. And it has to stop. I'm going to try and reach out to Rarible again, because this problem is much bigger than I thought. And like I said, no one can trust what they're buying until the market is no longer misleading, actually trustworthy. And you know what? As long as they don't do anything about it, I'm going to keep trolling this idiot with more plagiarism punks and making them progressively weirder and crazier. And I hope that my shit sells before his shit does. That'd be the ultimate win. Because he's put out 4,100 of these in the last couple of weeks. Not a single sale. Not a single fucking sale, dude. So, if you're in the NFT community... Wait. So, not a single sale, but he's flooding the Explore page with these. Just spamming them. So, fuck this guy. So, if you're in the NFT community, you should be spreading the word that stolen art is a big problem and needs to be stopped. Because there's a lot of money involved in NFTs right now, and people are getting scammed by worthless projects. We talked about this last week, about how people like Drake Bell are shamelessly shilling projects that they know are worthless, but they're being paid to pretend they're actually worth something. I was against regulations on crypto stuff before, but this is why we have things like the FTC who need to get involved in the right way and stop theft and scamming from continuing to happen in this space. NFTs have a lot of potential, but if bad actors continue to give them a bad name, the entire market will not last because everyone will see it as a bullshit cash grab scam. This type of shit isn't allowed in any other market. I got copyright claimed on one of my songs because it sounded too much like someone else's riff or something. It wasn't at all the same, and I had clearance for the samples. I paid to use them. Like, the record companies can just steamroll indie artists like this to take all their money, to take their work down, because they know people like me, we don't have like big lawyers that can defend ourselves. That's the other side of it. That's like abusing it. But my point is, any other market is regulated to a degree so that theft of intellectual property cannot happen. Can the regulations go too far or be abused? Absolutely. Like I said, I've been on the receiving end of that. Many people on YouTube have, which is why I don't ever post on there. I always get dinged for copyright, even if I didn't do anything. NFTs need something like this to protect other people's intellectual property. And Rarible, fucking do something about this by giving these terrible people the check marks, the verification so liberally. You're endorsing the outright theft that they're doing right in front of your faces. And it's starting to look like you notice it, but don't want to do anything about it. I don't know if this Punks lab guy works for you or something, but he seems to be protected by you guys in some way, even though he's committing straight up IP theft. Name, aesthetic, everything. And most NFTs I see these days on Rarible are unoriginal, stolen, and worthless. It's unfortunate because there used to be really cool stuff on there, but it all gets drowned out specifically by the Punks Lab guy who is too afraid to put any of his social media on his Rarible page like everyone else, which is a dead giveaway to someone being untrustworthy. I can't get over the fact that this dude told me he spent 4 months copying someone else's hard work. That makes me laugh a little, but also just makes me angry. Do not give this guy your Ethereum. He doesn't deserve it. When you see a project you like, really look into the artist, check their socials, make sure they're a real person who you can trust to give your money to, that they're creating original work. Otherwise, you might be investing in something that is not only worthless, but also stolen. So be careful out there and hold people accountable when you can. Anyways, that's enough NFT talk for one day. We should move on to something else now. Dude who looks like an android created by oil companies, Jesse Waters from Fox News, had some shit to say about Joe Biden's reaction to the Rittenhouse verdict, so we can look at that now, and then after that we'll do some Karen shit. How about that? Alright, so here we go. How's my volume?
Biden reacting to the Rittenhouse acquittal, and he is not very happy about it. He put out a statement saying, quote, "While the verdict in Kenosha will leave many Americans feeling angry and concerned, myself included."
That's bullshit, because that's not what he said first. That's like PR. Some PR said that, told him, now Joe, you said the wrong thing. Now no one's going to vote for you next time.
"We must acknowledge that the jury has spoken." The president also urging people to protest peacefully. And as you might remember, President Biden tweeted a video last year labeling Kyle Rittenhouse a white supremacist. And if you thought he might apologize for that, come on, man.
You know, stand by your past comment equating him to white supremacy?
Well, look, I stand by what the jury has concluded. The jury system works, and we have to abide by it.
What do you think the president was trying to say there?
I think he should have just stopped at that, because that was the correct answer. And then his puppet masters get a hold of him and say, Joe, you really your base is going to freak out if you don't condemn this.
Well, that's just common sense, and he's a senile, dumb old man. Well, I don't see a problem here. I did the crime, Bill. What is the question? Oh, yeah, well, we should trust the jury. We should trust the jury. Oh, I just shit myself. Every time Joe Biden comes on screen, I'm going to play the Wendy Williams ripping ass. That's the Joe Biden. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States. That's instead of it's just. I'm sorry, I'll stop. You guys are gonna turn this off. But he's an idiot. Okay, I hate to say it, but the president is kind of a dummy. He isn't fully there. We voted for a scarecrow, essentially. We voted for an old scarecrow. And he says bullshit. And then, yeah, his not his puppet masters, but his advisors, his PR people, whoever is on his team was like, dude, you just lost. Every young supporter that you had left, you just lost all of them. We're fucked. You fucked us completely. Our anuses are being fucked right now because of that, Joe. Joe, you fucked us all. Now, please put out this statement. You know what, Joe? We're going to put out this statement for you since we know you forgot the passcode to your iPhone again. So we'll put out this statement for you. And then they put out the one that's correcting him, like, oh, yeah, you can protest peacefully, and yeah, while I'm upset with the verdict, because yeah, I'm totally upset with the verdict. I remember Carl Mittenhouse, yeah, congratulations, Carl Mittenhouse, you won a new car. You won a new car. Is that what we're talking about? Carl Mittenhouse, you won a new car? Yeah. No. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta work on my Joe Biden. I know, but I was supposed to make fun of Jesse Waters, and like I'm disagreeing with him, but I'm also like you're just ignoring, you're selectively ignoring the fact that Joe Biden is not all there. Sometimes you realize that, and then sometimes you don't. Like Joe Biden doesn't know what he's talking about. His answer, his direct answer there, when he's like, "Oh, we should trust the jury," like he couldn't even say it. The dude had a Windows 95 moment. Seems to happen quite often.
This verdict, so they put out this dopey statement where he's angry all of a sudden. He didn't look angry right there. And then he admits to the press.
Basically high-fiving the jury.
He says to the press that he hadn't even followed the trial. And then, like, what was it, last year, he says this guy's a white supremacist. He had never even watched the video of the shooting. You know what the difference was? Donald Trump watched the video of the shooting and was asked about it in the White House briefing room. And he says, you know what? Looks like he was running away from guys, fell, was violently attacked, and shot those guys in self-defense. I want it investigated. It should be investigated. But I think police departments should be doing that job, keeping the streets safe. That was the most honest assessment that we've heard from a politician. Yet the media fact checkers just...
Is that what he said, or did he make Rittenhouse out to be like a hero, like the rest of his base did? Because that was a major problem, was that people saw what he did and were like, he went out of his way to be a hero. Like, no, this 17-year-old kid went out of his way to go pick up his illegally purchased gun from his buddy and then patrol the streets as though he's some type of militiaman in 1776, except going after fellow Americans. And the people attacked him because they thought he was an active shooter. They saw a dude with a fucking AR-15, and they were maybe trying to defend themselves and defend other people by taking him out because they saw him as a threat. And yeah, the people that he killed, or that one dude that he killed turned out to be like a pedophile, which is like, okay, cool. That's great. Like, I guess like good riddance. I guess good riddance. But what if but Kyle Rittenhouse did not know that guy was a pedophile. He didn't have like those, how the kid in Ned's Declassified, like the cookie kid, he had like the smart glasses that could scan people. Kyle Rittenhouse didn't have that. He wasn't like scanning, pedophile, must take him out, justified killing. Like, no, he trigger happy, excited to use his new gun that he bought with his stimulus check, and it was a bad combination of bad decisions. He should not have been there in the first place. A, he should not have been able to purchase that gun. B, he should not have traveled all the way there to get his gun and then go shoot people. As much as, like, yeah, he got attacked, he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there. There was a whole mess of mistakes. Not mistakes, a whole mess of bad decisions that led him to that event where he had to shoot those people in self-defense. Shouldn't have been there. Shouldn't have been there.
Pinocchioed the hell out of that statement. And then that statement became a lie. And where are the fact checkers with Joe Biden? Are they going to say that Rittenhouse is not a white supremacist? They'll never say that. So I've talked about this before, the axis of evil, all right? You have the press, the prosecutors, and the politicians. They get together and they just create a tornado of lies and turmoil that rips through a city like a Kenosha, leaves death and destruction in its wake, and then everybody else is left to pick up the pieces. Kyle's crying. The city's now in debt because their places of work are burnt down. And the country's like at each other's throat over racial animosity. Meanwhile, there's no black guy involved in the shooting. Yet Al Sharpton releases a statement today and says, it's just another reminder of, black Americans being shot. No black American was shot by Kyle Rittenhouse. And that's what people think still to this day.
Can Kyle Rittenhouse sue a sitting president for statements that he made when he was a private citizen and a candidate?
That is what Lynn Wood, Kyle Rittenhouse's prior attorney, aimed exactly to do, because at that time, obviously, it was before he was sitting. And Bill Clinton taught us that, yes, you can sue a president for acts prior to assuming the presidency. I have to point out that, to your point, Biden used that in a campaign ad to galvanize support and votes, to play into the lie that you were talking about earlier, that arson and looting and violence is peaceful protesting, that rioting is peaceful.
Well, you're being selective with what you're putting out here. Okay? I think that everybody on the left was telling people to peacefully protest. And then that wording became a meme. Like, oh, look at the peaceful protest. Like, yeah, they said, guys, peacefully protest. Don't go out burning shit down. People are still pissed. It ended up turning into people burning shit down. And most of that was because of bad actors that, that showed up, came from out of state, and started breaking shit, setting cars on fire, that type of thing, because they wanted to, and this was their excuse. You saw people like Jake Paul going out, like traveling across the country to go attend these riots, break into a mall with a bunch of other people and loot shit. So, you had a lot of that going on, which is just, that's not protesting. Jake Paul wasn't there to support Black Lives Matter when he did that. He was there because he wanted to, like, cause trouble, get clout, steal some shit, Which is what a lot of people did. A lot of people did that, but they were not part of the protests. They weren't.
assembly, that this trial was somehow good versus fascism and racism and white supremacy. And the governor of Wisconsin furthered that today in his statement when he said no verdict will be able to bring back the lives lost, no verdict can heal the wounds or trauma experienced by Jacob Blake and his family. No mention at all of the sacred duty that jurors hold, no good job to the jury, no anything of that. The DA's office weighed in and said certainly issues regarding the privilege of self-defense remain highly contentious in our current times. To your point, all this is a narrative, a ball that was being batted around the nation the entire time.
Or is she saying that it's not a racial thing? I don't know. Let me finish. Let her finish.
And it was created by and amplified by the media, elected officials, politicians, reporters, social media, and the like. And there has been absolutely no accountability for it, no responsibility, even far after all of it has been debunked. But we're going to continue hearing that. We will never have the truth brought to light of this trial. It will never be covered fairly, no matter what, because this is being furthered, as we just saw, by the president, and as we just heard, by the vice president as well.
So obviously, burning things down doesn't work. Destroying businesses, vandalism.
Are you shitting me? Yeah, no shit, that doesn't work, you fucking idiot. Like I said, the people that were doing that weren't there to protest. They were actually there because they wanted an excuse to burn shit down. They gave the protesters a bad name, made them look horrible. And then you guys, the conservatives, took that because you disagree with the protesters and turned the protesters into the bad actors based on what the bad actors did. You used those bad actors to represent the entire group of protesters, the entire Black Lives Matter movement, to demonize all of them to your base, your supporters. And it's worked. It's worked. It really worked. And to say that the Rittenhouse trial isn't racial at all it's a little ignorant because, yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse shot white people. But he was going to shoot people, or he brought his gun to a place where he knew protests were going on over the rights of black people, over police brutality. Inherently, what he is doing is going against the Black Lives Matter movement, going against that cause, literally bringing a gun to go up against protesters of that movement. You don't just do that if you're not like, you don't just like bring a gun to a protest if you don't care about, if you're not passionately against the movement, you know? So it does have a racial component to it. It absolutely does. So to say Kyle Rittenhouse is a white supremacist, we don't know that for sure. We just know he loves cops, and he was trying to be one, and he's an idiot, and fuck that guy. But what he did does have a racial element to it. It absolutely does. Because if this was a protest, let's say, in support of something that he liked, if he was on the same side as the protesters, who he assumed were also rioting people, then he wouldn't go. He wouldn't feel the need to go bring a gun to go against those people, obviously, because he agrees with them. He wouldn't see a problem with it.
Theft, none of that works. It doesn't make anything better. If you look at the state of crime and police departments being refunded, I know we're going to talk about that later in the show. So what can Kenosha do now?
Well, I think Kenosha is already doing it. If you pay attention to what's happening on the ground in Kenosha, the people of Kenosha are coming together. They've rebuilt their community. They really are working hard to move past both the shooting of Jacob Blake and what in this Kyle Rittenhouse case. But where I take issue with what Emily's saying here is, this idea that we can move beyond it, or this idea that the media is not doing a good job. There's a lot of reporters who've been covering this case from day one. Sarah Seidner is one of those reporters who today said when she said what Joe Biden said about white supremacy, that's a lie. It was debunked. It was completely debunked. And so there's a number of good journalists who have been on the ground. I
think a lot of white supremacists also hopped onto this case, in support of Kyle Rittenhouse. And it's ended up representing a lot of what they believe in and supporting a lot of what they believe in. And he's become like kind of this folk hero of the white supremacists. And that's what a lot of them are referring to. And also, like I said, like his actions, he wouldn't have done this if this was a protest that was supporting something on his side, like I said. So, you got to keep that in mind.
Kenosha from when the shooting happened until this verdict was rendered that have been covering this case both fairly and accurately, and they're worthy of getting the praise that they should for covering this the right way. Because to cover this trial correctly, you have to cover what's actually happening in the courtroom and cover the backdrop in which this case is happening, which is a backdrop in which for a lot of Americans, especially Black Americans, they believe there's two different justice systems. And until you have part of that lived experience and understand why they're upset, even though it doesn't play into exactly what's happening in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, you don't understand their anger.
There was a case in Texas, I could be wrong, like last month, where one of these high school kids, I think, killed someone with a gun. And he was just out on bail the next day. And people say, there's.
Oh, is this the dude that the white Republicans keep bringing up because he's Black? Oh, how come this guy, he's Black and he shot one person, like at a school, like he was out on bail the next day. I don't know, man. The justice system is fucking weird. But is he going away now? He's probably not going to get away with it. He's probably going to prison. Let's look this up. How do I look this up? Black kid school shooting? I can't believe I'm Googling this. Timberview high school shooting leaves 4 injured. Suspect arrested. This was in Arlington, Texas. Yeah, we never talked about this. Damn. So Arlington police confirm. Oh wait, no, there was a fight. Yeah, I remember this. Okay. There was like an altercation at this high school, and the kid pulled out a gun and started firing at people. Okay. Let's see. And yeah, he was Rittenhouse's age. I mean, 1 year older than Rittenhouse, 18, so he can be tried as an adult. I mean, Rittenhouse was too, because he turned 18, but this, and he was being held on $75,000 bond. I don't know how they decide the bail amount, but it's a very different case. It's not at all like the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Like, he's just bringing it up because, oh, see, Black people do that stuff too. It's not just a white supremacist, white school shooter thing. Black people do it, and he got out on bail. So what's going on there? It's a different case. That was an altercation at the school that he goes to. He didn't travel out of state to another school with an illegally purchased gun. He stayed local. I'm not saying that's much better, but he wasn't going to school with the intention of, I'm going to get a free kill today. I don't know what the altercation was about, but that's a completely different thing. And it's bad too. It's also very bad. And that dude should go to prison, because that's like, you're shooting a gun in a school. Are you serious? That's insane. That's dangerous. That's insane. prison, rehabilitation, whatever. Like, get that dude some help. But the reason that Jesse Waters wants to bring this up, and he very, very respectfully interrupted his black counterpart here in the 5 to steamroll him with a story about a black person doing something and apparently getting off easier than Rittenhouse, and saying how it's unfair how white people get treated in the justice system now all of a sudden. Oh, really? Really? Because Kyle Rittenhouse is a free man, dude. Let's see where what's this dude's name? Timothy Simpkins? Is that his name? Timothy George Simpkins? Let's see what he got. Timothy Simpkins. Comparisons of shootings omits 2 key differences. Yeah, because they're saying Timothy Simpkins, a black teen shooter, got 1 day in jail. Kyle Rittenhouse got 2 months in jail and $2 million bail. I think it's pretty evident that white privilege is a myth. I don't know who said that, but it was a Facebook post. Okay, of course. Let's see. If your time is short, 2 people were killed and a third was wounded in the Kyle Rittenhouse shooting. A white teen during a violent protest. No one died in the Texas school shooting involving a black teen, Timothy Simpkins, that left 3 people wounded. There you go. See, I did not know that. Timothy Simpkins was a bad shot. Lucky for Timothy Simpkins, he was a shitty shot with his gun, and he didn't kill anyone. He injured a few people. Kyle Rittenhouse killed 2 people. He shot one of them in the face. Or in the head. Get a headshot. 100 EXP right there. And then he got another kill. 200 EXP. 2 kill streak. Some Call of Duty games, you can pull out an RCXD with that if you got a hardline. Is that correct? Is it hardline that's the perk? I'm sorry. I'm making a stupid Call of Duty joke, but Kyle Rittenhouse killed people. That's the difference. That's why he got 2 months in jail. That's why his bail was significantly higher, because he ended human lives. If Timothy Simpkins killed those people, if those people died, I guarantee you, he would be in custody for much longer, and his bail would be set much higher. Of course. It's not comparable. You can't take those 2 things and come to a conclusion about white privilege or or Jesse Waters' perception of there not being white privilege. It's very frustrating. It's just a completely different reality.
Different levels of justice. I can throw another case right back in your face. It doesn't have anything to do with race, Richard. This case has nothing to do with race inside the courtroom. You can make up a theoretical case.
Oh, geez, Jesse Waters is a dick. This dude, the dude that he's just like, oh, this isn't about race. See, look at the. I hate him.
I mean, no, I could talk about.
That's just not true.
I could talk about Julius Jones, who was convicted, who was murdered,
Okay, OJ got off. Okay, OJ got off.
I know that people forget about this, but Jacob Blake was a good shoot, right? Right? You gonna agree with me? The guy was holding a knife.
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
and the officers were exonerated.
Exactly.
Yeah. He was shot in the back.
Oh my God, it's so sad because he was holding a knife trying to kidnap a woman and her kids. That's what police officers do.
He was shot in the back 7 times.
The DOJ determined.
Can we? Yeah, exactly. Shot in the back 7 times, holding a knife. You need to shoot somebody in the back 7 times if they're holding a knife. Don't you think one shot? What was it that Joe Biden said? Can't we just shoot him in the legs? When he was running for president, just shoot him in the legs. Just stop, why don't we just shoot him in the legs? Stop fucking shooting him 20 times. Yeah, you don't, you shoot somebody 9 times and they're holding a knife. That just shows that we have a serious issue with police brutality. They're way too trigger happy. That's like this scene in Platoon where Willem Dafoe gets shot up and he's like on the ground just flailing for like way too long. It's just so dramatic. But he's just getting shot repeatedly over and over again. And that's what that's like. And the police are doing that to people. That's why it's fucked up. What was Jacob Blake actually trying to kidnap his girlfriend or whatever? Let me see. All right, so the encounter that ended with a police shooting of Jacob Blake in Wisconsin last summer began with a family trouble call to 911 from the mother of his children. So LaQuisha Booker had made such calls before. Outlined a review of more than 40 hours of video and hundreds of documents in effort to determine what happened the day of the shooting. Booker's emergency call on August 23rd concluded with police officers shooting Blake. Shot him a bunch of times, right? The confrontation caught on video became... Okay, it's CNN. Come on, tell me, Blake, what did he do? What did he do? All right, so here's the 911 call. Booker told a dispatcher that Blake had taken the keys to an SUV she had rented, and she feared he would crash it. Blake, she told the dispatcher, was not supposed to be here. Today is his son's birthday, so I allowed him to spend a couple hours with him, but he's not giving me the keys to this rental, and that's all I'm asking for. Is Jacob there right now? The dispatcher asked. Yes. He is trying to kiss his kid so he can hurry up and leave. He was here talking all types of crazy. Now he's walking off now. Now he's getting ready to leave. Red plate number repeated that Blake was kissing his children. He is pulling off right now. Officer says Blake ripped off taser wires. Oh, look at this cop. He looks like such a dweeb. I don't know what he's going to do, Officer Rustin Chesky recalled, thinking to himself before his encounter. All right, let's see. Well, what is the history here? On a computer screen in their squad cars, officers learned the complainant said Blake was not supposed to be at the home, taking the keys to her rented SUV. Blake had a felony warrant for domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and a felony sexual assault. And then Jacob Blake, like, he tried to take his kid and steal a car from the lady. And the cops tried to reason with him. Blake put the kid in the back seat. Tried to arrest him, mentioned the warrant. Blake reached for his waistline area at one point, according to Chesky, who said he believed the man was going for a weapon, and then he discharged his taser, but Blake broke the wires with his hand. Damn, that's some fucking Incredible Hulk shit. Chesky said he then placed the taser's metal ends in the area of Blake's neck and back, a technique known as the drive stun, intended to cause pain but not incapacitate. The suspect again slipped away. Damn, officer, you suck. Couldn't even tase this dude. You couldn't even tase. You had to shoot him 9 times, you fucking idiot. Everybody here is a fool. Everybody in this case is a fucking fool. That's what I'm learning. So they both fell to the ground, got back up. Blake moved to the front of the SUV. Officer told him to stop resisting. He said he also made numerous other verbal commands. He has a knife. The officer, who had not seen the weapon at that point, said he heard someone say. And then Jacob Blake said, Chesky said he pulled out his gun, and then, I ain't going to pull no knife on no damn cop. Blake told investigators from his hospital bed that he put his children in the back of the SUV after an argument with their mother. Booker had rented the SUV for him to use while his car was in a repair shop. He said he had a knife and believed the blade was still enclosed, but he dropped it to the ground when he was first grabbed by Shesky. "Why would I pull a knife on a cop?" said Blake, who spoke with investigators days after the shooting, and then again in September. "What am I, a knife thrower? I ain't gonna pull no knife on no damn cop. What am I, a knife thrower?" What am I, a knife thrower? Okay. Wait, he says, "That's just stupid. I just didn't want to. I just grabbed it, man, honestly." Blake told investigators that he had later picked up the knife after dropping it during the tussle with the officer. He wanted to drop the knife in the car and did not intend to use it. He was thinking, "Get in the truck or they are going to kill you," according to his statement. He said he opened the driver's side door to put the knife in the center console when he felt his shirt being pulled. Dude, at that point, just drop the knife. Like, I don't know. Like, police are, this is the issue with the way police are trained, is like, if they even suspect he has a weapon, they can just say that and just start shooting you. "I thought he had a weapon. Sorry, I thought he had a weapon." And like, yeah, he had a knife, and he like went to go pick it up, which was dumb, which was definitely dumb. I don't know. Like, I don't want to blame the victim here, but this is just stupidity on all sides. You know, he was being irresponsible, which is why the mother of his children called the police on him. That's why the police even showed up. He wouldn't give the keys back to the car she rented. Whether she rented it for him or not, he would not give her the keys back, and he was like just causing trouble. And also, he had warrants for sexual assault, dude. Where is the Me Too crowd now? Like, okay, here's my opinion on this before I let Jesse Waters continue to just be racist. They didn't have to shoot him. They didn't have to shoot him at all. Jacob Blake, like, if he's, I kind of, honestly, I believe that he wasn't gonna stab the cops, because that would be a really stupid thing to do. So they didn't have to shoot him, especially 9 times. I think that is definitely another example of police brutality, them having, them being trigger happy and just loving to get a free kill. And I think that's fucked up. I think, yeah, there's just automatically a racial component to it when you have a white cop killing a black man who wasn't intending to harm the police. It's just like not a good looking dynamic there. And also, it just, would it be different if it was like a white dude who did the same thing? I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I've never seen that situation. But they could have just arrested him. If there was more than one cop there, then like if like another cop had a taser or something, or maybe they should have been like looking more to, I don't know, like to see what he was actually doing. If he wasn't running at them with the knife and he was trying to put it in the center console of his car, why would you shoot him? He's not an immediate threat to you. That's where this is fucked up. That's where the police are looking real bad here, and they shouldn't have gotten off completely the way they did. Like they were cleared of all charges. Like, I hate to say it, but maybe this cop just fucking sucks at his job, Like, yeah, there's the racial component, but he's also just shitty at his job. He couldn't even tase the dude. He couldn't even fucking tase the dude right. Like, he tried multiple times and he fucking failed. That just goes to show, like, they're training cops to shoot people better than they're training them to incapacitate a criminal otherwise. You know? They're just it's just easier and lazier to just shoot somebody 9 times or whatever. And that's not cool to me. You know who they do this to as well? They do this a lot to homeless people. I saw this one video this was like last year. You can find the craziest shit on Twitter sometimes, but it was like a whole crew of cops in like SWAT gear show up to this bus stop because this homeless man won't leave. He's like refusing to leave. He's just got all this stuff there, and it's like becoming an altercation. And he's not armed. He might have threatened the police because he just seemed psychologically unwell. And the police took that opportunity to unload their fucking guns on him. I watched this dude, like the fucking scene of Platoon, like I said, just get fucking exploded in this bus station, just ripped to pieces by police officers legally. Because what? His family's gonna sue? If his family's not even like giving him housing, like a place to stay, no shit, they're not gonna sue. They're not gonna press charges. These cops know they can just push people around that they know aren't gonna be able to sue or aren't going to, get justice if they even do sue, based on the biases in the court, the biases towards in support of the police. Police brutality is an issue that we really need to solve in this country. It's unfortunate that now in New York City, the new upcoming mayor is really, really big on supporting the police. And he's probably going to increase the funding, increase the priorities to, prioritizing the police, which is not what we need. We need the exact opposite. We need more funding to go towards things like fixing the lead in the water at schools in the inner city in New York. Because that's still a problem. That's still a big problem. I know a lot of places where they say in the schools, don't drink the fucking water. Multiple teachers who have drank the fucking water have had miscarriages. And what would the city rather do? Apparently spend money on the police so they can continue to beat up homeless people and shoot shoot unarmed, a lot of times innocent people of color to profile people, and it's just a waste of money. Take that money, put it towards fixing the living conditions for the people that you're oppressing instead of oppressing them. So that's what I'm going to say. I've been going on about this for, a long time, but it's just, I didn't know the full details of the Jacob Blake situation. I was just like, damn, so they just shot this dude? But it just seems like a whole lot of stupidity, like mostly on the police's side. A lot of cowardice, in my opinion. Like a lot of cowardice from that one cop who shot him that many times. Like that's just stupid. It's stupid. It's really stupid, and it didn't need to happen. And Jesse Waters needs to shut the fuck up and fuck this show. And we're going to move on to something else in a second. But, we have serious racial tensions that need to be solved in this country, and prioritizing police funding is not a way to solve them. And also, treating people like Kyle Rittenhouse as heroes is also not a way to solve this problem. You're just justifying what happens to people like Jacob Blake. Even if he did commit sexual assault, just arrest him, dude. Just fucking, tase him. That's overkill. Shooting somebody like that, that's overkill. You should only shoot somebody if they legitimately have a gun and they're pointing it at you. That is the only time that makes sense. Or if they're, pointing it at other people. If they're actually a threat, an immediate threat to the cop or to a victim in that moment, yeah, then it's justifiable to shoot somebody. This was not one of those times. It bothers me a lot because I just, it's still happening. Regardless of how many times we protest, how many times we freak out on Twitter, it's still happening. Police are still getting away with abusing their power, getting away with overkill. And you know how we feel about that. We're all about fuck the police over here. We're all about that. The only pigs that we support at this show are guinea pigs, and it's going to stay that way. Yeah. Anyways, so it's Karen time. We got to do keeping up with the Karens. Make fun of some crazy. This looks like, I'm just looking at the thumbnail here. It looks like a lot of like stuck up white ladies. So we're in for a treat. We're in for a big treat.
No. They're allowed to. I'm not going to be told by some moron.
Right. You the moron with no mask on.
I'm not a moron.
Why don't you just follow the rules?
It's not a.
The person videotaping just captioned this. I just want a sandwich, man. Where is this? Like Jimmy John's or something? I just want my Jimmy John's. I thought this place was a safe space for people like me because Jimmy John's is the one where they staged the lynching out of the dough, out of the bread dough. You remember that? So I thought I was safe here at Jimmy John's. Since they do joke public lynchings here. I thought this was a safe space for me and my white trashiness. But apparently it is not, so I shall take my business to Subway, where the tuna is actually chicken balls.
I'm not following.
We just want to get our food.
We just want to get our food. Oh, she got arrested. She's in handcuffs. Oh, get wrecked. Get wrecked, lady. Holy shit, that's awesome. You never see that. Like, you rarely see that. Sometimes we see them get taken away in handcuffs. But, like, a lot of times, stuck-up white ladies just get away with this. But it's good to see some cops finally taking the Karen problem seriously. They should be profiling those people, not black people. Because Karens are actually pretty dangerous when they start powering up like that.
Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
How you doing?
Who do you?
I just got a message that said that you said I did not deliver your food. I'm pretty sure DoorDash won't just send me that message. And
so he just delivered this person's food, and then after he left, she reported that he didn't deliver the food. Damn. That's uh-oh.
I get it. You probably want a credit or something like that, but you put my job at jeopardy about whatever, and that's what it said. This, and how I know it is because this is the only delivery I just did. I just dropped my kids off at karate practice and did this one delivery, and they said it was the exact time the customer said they did not receive their order. I handed you your order in your hand, and people get fired for that type of stuff. And this is how I take care of my life, my kids. And just for a meal, it's not worth my job. So I'm recording just to let you know that, and I need you to say this, that you got your meal out of my hand. You received it out of my hand, right or wrong?
Did I receive it?
Yes. Huh? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm gonna go see it.
You finna go see what?
Just so, on DoorDash.
That's fine, thank you.
Good day, cause this bitch is so.
Where is the full video? Lost her job today. Uh-oh.
Subway say, I will. You will beat my ass. I will. You need to go back there and do your job. I will. Do your job. Do your job. Do your job.
This is Subway, where the tuna is fake. What's going on?
Bitch. Y'all want this woman to make your food? She will not make my customers' food and threaten to beat my ass with her racist ass. Come on out here and do your job, bitch. You got the right motherfucking white girl. Somebody call the police, sir.
Why? What? Is it because she refused to wear a mask and now she's freaking out at the Subway person?
Why not? She's one person. And I'm willing to wait for their food that she's refusing to make. So, you won't call the law? Okay. Well, then serve your country and sit right there. I bet you got that too, didn't you? Yeah, you Democrat, socialist, commie bastard.
Ugh. Dude. Wow. Imagine coming back from war and you have to deal with this fucking bitch. He was just sitting there in his uniform, just waiting for his sandwich. And this lady that's behind the desk that this person is yelling at is literally the only person working at the Subway in this moment. And I think she told her to put on a mask, and this white lady said no. Started freaking out at her, making it a racial thing. And now we're here.
Call me no commie bastard. I took it because bad lungs run in my family.
Well, I pray to God that you don't get hurt because that shit gets old. It kills old.
TikTok, don't take this video down. This lady damaged property and assaulted employees.
I assaulted no one.
I'm working
for
this
you call the police.
Yeah, I'll call the police.
And
I have your plates too, so don't worry.
Okay.
I've assaulted someone, Patty.
No. You touched that man.
I didn't.
And you almost ran him over. No, ma'am.
What is she doing?
Truck. Okay, there is really isn't much damage. I'm fine. So what do you want done here? What would you like me to do? Sorry, Patty, we're working remotely. I came here for a lunch break. I work remotely at my house, which is right nearby. I came back here. The guys are not working. They're cheating me. Okay? All I did was get a little bit huffy.
She's lying.
She's claiming.
She's lying.
Huge. You want to see the huge, long, it's about an 8-foot long wooden table. We were taking it out there and they dropped it.
She's crazy. What the fuck? Why is she acting like this?
I was trying to maneuver it. This guy over here
because
was
you were
in the way.
screaming,
ma'am. You know what?
You were being
prejudice
rude.
Is not going to do a thing for you.
You were being so rude.
Why? That's what white women do now is they accuse people of color of prejudice when they're the ones actually doing the prejudice themselves. Yeah. So this is a regular occurrence that we see in the Karen community. This wild Karen has entered somewhere that she doesn't belong. She says she works from home, so why is she taking her lunch break outside of her kitchen?
Rude to him. That they were frantic.
Because I'm not interested in any of this story. All I'm doing is moving things. That's all I am doing.
But you damaged.
What would you like me to do?
You damaged my property.
Okay, what would you like me to do?
The truck.
What would you like me to do here? Do you want me to bolt it back in?
Oh my God.
Christmas Carol thing is, get out of the Christmas Carol. Get out.
What is this, a theater? And this lady's freaking out? Was this a movie?
My country.
And that's why this stands here. They're mocking Shakespearean drama while they watch an English plays around. Losers.
What?
Losers, all of you. You don't know what that is.
What?
I am waiting for the consequences.
Get her out of here.
Got her meds.
What a psycho. Oh my god. Oh, it's Shakespeare. It's Macbeth. Okay. So for the people that don't know, you're not supposed to say the name of the play in the theater because it's bad luck. Like Macbeth, there's a curse. So she's screaming out the name of the play so that something goes wrong. And everybody's recording her freaking out. I don't know what this is about. Is it about masks? Because, yeah, everybody else is wearing a mask and she's not. So I assume that's what this is. Imagine getting a show before Macbeth even starts. That's crazy, man.
Karen creating chaos in Toronto.
Is this McDonald's or Tim Hortons or something?
This woman's going to fucking snap. Look at her. Oh my god.
She's standing in the drive-through line blocking people.
Oh my god.
And they're beeping at her.
Ma'am.
And now she's sitting on their car. Oh. She threw a hot coffee at this lady. Oh my god. What is her problem? Oh, they gotta take her down. Oh. She threw a hot coffee in that lady's face after she was blocking their way.
On a Saturday afternoon.
On a Saturday afternoon. Oh, it is McDonald's. Okay. I think Tim Hortons is in the background. Oh, no. No, it's not.
Oh my god, she's gonna run you over. She is not in her right mind. Don't even go in front of her car.
Yeah, these people shouldn't be allowed to drive. Like, you know how there needs to be like background checks for gun owners? There should also be background checks for car owners, because this lady's gonna like run somebody over. She's trying to get away and they're trying to block her out. She'll run you over, dude. She does not give a fuck. I don't know what her problem is, but she is insane.
Oh. Hell, now you don't even have your food. It's not worth it. It is not worth it.
Karen of the week. Here we go.
How's it going? We're doing a catch and cook. We just caught some lobster. We're making some lobster rolls. Want to try it?
No.
Oh, okay.
But this is.
Okay. Yeah, we'll clean all this up. And we'll get on out here.
Do this here.
Oh, really? Alrighty. We're sorry. Alrighty. Yeah, we'll get on out. Okay. So, you want to see what they look like?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay.
I
All right. Sounds good. Well, we're gonna
grow up to eat one of those.
Oh, you don't like lobster? Okay. Well, we're just gonna.
Why can't she just like mind her own business? This is a cool thing that they're doing. I wouldn't care. Like, is it your ocean, lady? Do you own the ocean? I'm sorry. I would like to see the deed to your ocean. These are your lobsters? You own lobsters? Do you own the trademark to lobsters? I don't get it.
Empty this pan and then we'll head on out of here.
I want to see you leave. I want you to.
Okay.
I want to see you leave.
Okay. What was your name? My name's James.
My name is. I'm on the board, and if you're not out of here.
I'm on the board, and she's like quivering when she talks. She's like pissed off, which I don't understand why. Like this, and they always say, "I'm on the board." Like, I don't give a shit what board you're on. You're not a police officer. Like, why does it fucking matter? You have no authority. You just joined the board so you could yell at young people.
In a minute, I am calling the sheriff.
Okay. All right. All right.
You can't do this on private property.
A big old open, wide road. And we're in guest parking. Okay, all right. We'll be getting out soon. We're just gonna pack this up.
You're making me upset.
Okay, well.
You've got a lot of nerve.
You're making me upset. Well, I'm sorry, but in the words of Ben Shapiro, Max, don't care about your feelings, ma'am. And now what I suggest that you do is go mind your own fucking business and do something else. Because women, as we know, women belong in the kitchen. Why aren't you making them the lobster rolls? That's the thing. They're doing all the cooking by themselves. You should be preparing the lobster sandwiches for them. Why are you not making them sandwiches as a woman, since gender roles are traditional and they should stay traditional logically, factually? So sit down and make a fucking sandwich.
Doing this.
Really? Oh, we ran into some other people that were walking, and they were really nice.
About the other people. This is illegal what you're doing.
This is illegal what you're doing.
All right, so now that we're out of here, we just played everything.
1 minute to get out of here, or I'm calling the sheriff.
You have 1 minute to get out of here, or I'm calling the sheriff. Oh, of course she has a visor. You know those stupid visors that they always wear? Ugh, I hate her. I hate her.
Property that you do not belong on.
Yeah, we're just trying to pack up so we can get out of here. We'll throw this into the trash can.
Pack it up.
Oh my, ma'am. Okay, so we got this. Let's just calm down. We're gonna pack it up. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be gone. There's no need to be mad about this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab this one. Okay.
Yeah, this is. I'm at the Palace State Drive, which is private property, as you know. And we have some guys who are cooking to leave for 15 minutes.
Whoa.
Now, but it took
Why you're causing such a fuss? We're not bothering anybody.
You're bothering me.
Well, we're trying not to.
How are you bothered by them? They're doing nothing to you. They are in no way causing you any trouble. You just need a reason to get mad at some young people. You old fucking boomer.
This is your property. It says your name. She owns it. You own all this property. You own all this property. Do you?
No, you're just on the board, lady. You don't own this property.
Us being your father. Okay. Why are you coming to us? We're not bothering anybody. I'm not intimidating. He's not trying to intimidate you. We're not bothering anybody.
I'll bring suit against you.
We're not bothering anybody.
I advise you to get the heck out.
We're gonna get out of here. We're not.
They're literally packing their shit up, you weird lady.
Anybody? You're coming up to us. And you're okay. It's a Sunday. Have a great day. What are you doing? Whoa, stay. You are. Oh my.
She dumped out the lobster sandwiches on the ground.
Look what she just did.
She literally ruined everything they just prepared.
Oh, there she goes.
Woo. Dude, I would fucking harass her until she calls the cops at this point. Like, don't intimidate me. I would, first of all, I would take those sandwiches from the ground and then just shove them into her face repeatedly. Just like, oh, you like these? You like these? You want to shove them on the ground? Well, you're the ground now, bitch. Like that. You know what I mean? You're the ground now. Sorry, I'm sorry, but that makes me so mad. Imagine fishing for these lobsters, catching the lobsters, then preparing this whole beautiful, I don't even like shellfish, but preparing this beautiful looking like sandwich dish that like lobster rolls fresh from the ocean. And this lady just comes and dumps it all out after making you leave, after kicking you out. Like, you gotta just be like, you gotta have like the driest vagina in all of history. Like, nobody's been up in there in like 60 years, Ethel. You're just a lonely person who has to be the head of a board of nobody cares what the board is, the board of nobody gives a shit, and bother people and ruin their fucking days because you have nothing else going on in your life and nobody that loves you. So that's ridiculous. That's just insane that people get to behave like this.
And that's the remainder of our lobster rolls.
Oh.
Hey, good save. You saved the... All right, bro. We might as well take one.
Might as well.
Super good bite.
Cheers to Karen's.
Yeah, let's make sure.
Like that lady. She's there. Going into my truck. Cheers.
There goes the sheriff that she called.
There goes the sheriff that she called, and they just got the fuck out of there. What a bitch, dude. That's just like so annoying. And I'm sorry that happened to them. I really am. Anyways, we're gonna move on to some relationship advice. Alright, this is a complicated looking one. My 26 male girlfriend's 28 female ex, what? Warned me about her BFF, 32 male. I think he was right. We've been dating for 4 months now and everything has been great except for one thing, her BFF. Dude is clearly in love with her, but she refuses to see it. He is always joking about how he is the one that will make her the happiest, that she should be with him as they are soulmates, etc. Damn, that seems like pretty obvious. How does she not, know then? She's known the dude for close to 8 years now and has never dated him, but he has been her BFF for a very long time. It didn't bother me till she started bringing him on our dates, as he was feeling lonely and he had no other friends. Well, tell him to make other fucking friends, dude. Okay, seriously, dude is 32, but I've never seen him with any friends. In face, our first fight was also about him, as she was asking me to take him with me when I was going to hang out with my friends, but I drew a clear red line. Not happening. Also, around 1 month ago, her ex contacted me via Facebook. We attended the same college and asked me to be careful about the BFF. At the time, I thought it was just something a jealous ex would say, but now I agree with him 100%. Dude calls her regularly when she is out with me, always tries to come with us on our dates, and generally makes demands on her time, so much that sometimes I feel like a third wheel. Now, I should make it clear that my girlfriend never crosses any boundaries with him, but at the same time, she doesn't shut him down forcefully. At first, I thought about giving her an ultimatum, but ours is a 4-month-old relationship, and they go back 8 years. There's no point in giving an ultimatum, so the only other way is to break up with her, which is a shame because she is an awesome girlfriend apart from this. Is there any other way, Reddit? Anything I can do that our relationship doesn't break down? I would really like to hear any and all plans. Please, guys, thank you. Well, here's the thing. If he is literally saying to her all the time that they are soulmates and should be together, and she's not cutting it off with him, and she's just continuing to allow this to happen and making you be around this person and bring them everywhere and be the third wheel and just interrupt and obstruct you guys' lives. No, that's not okay. That's not okay. So you tell her how you feel, tell her how uncomfortable it makes you, and how unfair this is to have this obstruction in you guys' relationship, and that she needs to set straight up boundaries. You don't have to completely get rid of the person, but set straight up boundaries. Tell him, stop fucking hitting on me. Stop saying these weird, gross things in front of my boyfriend. Stop making him uncomfortable. Otherwise, we're not going to hang out anymore. That type of thing. If she can't do that, then you gotta fucking break up with her, because she obviously doesn't respect you enough or your feelings enough, and for some reason wants to keep this guy around and his endless worshiping of her, because that benefits her somehow emotionally. Anyways, so those are your options. That's what I'm going to say there. I need to eat something and do some homework, so I'm cutting it here. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the show, the Short News Podcast. My name is Alex Mador. I will see you in a week, since I'm off for Thanksgiving. I'm off. So, see you guys in a week. Love you very much. Thank you for listening. Have a happy, safe Thanksgiving. Do not get into any crazy brawls with family members. Just chill out and peace. Bye.
It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location. Yes, you want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location. And it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pre-game parties featuring acoustic sets for Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocationexp.com/SB56 or search Super Bowl On Location. That's right. Search Super Bowl On Location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.